All right, so in this Flashback Friday segment, I'm going to tell you about the time where my family nearly got kicked out of Disneyland because of my dad. All right. So years ago, and this is very, we didn't take that many vacations to amusement parks. It's a rarity, we rarely did it. And when we did, um, we go, we try to. So, excuse me. So, on this particular vacation, we went to Disneyland. And we went to Disneyland and we literally got in. We literally went into the area. We're in the amusement park and everything. Now, mind you, growing up, we were always taught to be respectful. Be respectful of people's bubbles, boundaries. Don't run around like crazy kids. Stay close. Basically the typical teachings that were taught. The typical thing. So the thing of it is, my brother and I, we weren't always into taking pictures with characters. We weren't always into hurrying up and running up to person just to get there first, things like that. We were never into that stuff. We never really cared. We just cared about having fun. Okay, cool. That's right. That's so and so from, I don't know, that show. That's so and so from that show. We never really, were into that stuff. But my dad was trying to encourage us to take pictures with these, Disney characters, and we just weren't too into it. We were mostly wanting to go on the rides. I wanted to go on Space Mountain and things like that. And my dad was trying to get us to encourage us to go do it. We did take a picture with Pluto. That was pretty cool. And all of a sudden, Daisy was up ahead. Daisy and Scrooge McDuck were up ahead. And my dad is trying to get my brother and I to go after him, go get him, give him a hug, something. And we were like, no, no, we don't want to, I don't want to. I don't know about what he does, but I don't want to. And then my dad, trying to be funny, I'm serious. He nearly almost got in trouble, us nearly thrown out. So what happened was, him trying to be funny, he rushes up to Daisy. Now, mind you, Daisy's back is towards him. She doesn't know he's coming. When she finally turns around, my dad basically hugs her. But first off, she didn't know what he was doing. He goes at her, hugs her. And of course, like anyone, you're going to be a little bit freaked out because first off, you didn't see this person coming. Second of all, you don't know what this person's trying to do. And third of all, it was just my dad thinking it was funny and it really wasn't. So due to that response, the security saw this, went out thinking that there was something wrong. Even Scrooge McDuck, the person who was in the Scrooge McDuck costume, went as far to go check the situation. So when Daisy, finally noticed, he's, he means no harm, he's hugging me, okay, all is well. She gives him a kiss, it's okay, gives him a kiss. My dad turns around, and even Scrooge McDuck is going like this, you okay, you okay? My dad's like, yeah, everything's fine, okay, fine. My dad comes back to us, and we do see one of the security and workers, Disney workers, went up to Daisy, and you can see Daisy no, I'm good. Security backed up, and the employees backed up too. And here I am thinking, as this is all happening, I'm like, oh, great, we're going to get kicked out. We haven't even been here for 5 minutes and we're going to get kicked out. My mom was not very happy with my dad. My mom was going, don't you dare ruin this for these kids. Don't you dare ruin it. You nearly got us in trouble. Don't you dare. Look at Mita. Look at that. You got security here. No. Don't you dare ruin this for these kids. And here I'm going yeah, we're going to get kicked out. And my brother and I were looking at each other and we're yeah, we're going to get kicked out. Luckily we didn't. We were not approached by security. We were not escorted off the property. You know, we did go through about the day having fun, but my dad nearly got us kicked out of Disneyland because him trying to encourage us to go after it. There's a reason. There is a reason. If we want a picture, we'll respectfully go up to them, tap them on the head, tap them not on the head, tap them and ask them, hey, can we take a picture with you? Things like that. You know, that's what I did. You know, for example, I remember going to Six Flags and I took a picture with Sylvester the cat, and I went up to him, and he was being guided by a Six Flags personnel, and I asked, "Can I take a picture?" You know, and he goes, "One moment, you know, follow me." He was such a gentleman, very much a gentleman. But yeah, that's being respectful. Because I noticed every time if you try to run up to a character and there's a whole crowd of people, it's just too much. I remember having a bit of a bad memory when we went to. My mom took us to go see Sesame Street characters when I was younger. It was bad. You got people pushing, pulling, trying to get to Zoe, trying to. Then my mom wanted pictures left and right. I'm like, no, I'm done with that. I'm not. If I have to fight just to get through to get a picture, then I might as well not do it. But yeah, but that's the story where my dad nearly got us kicked out of Disneyland because he thought it would be funny, try to get my brother and I to loosen up. I mean, we're not uptight, you know. I mean, we can be uptight, but at least we know what to do and what not to do. And at the same time, like when we do something, we do it because we want to and we're comfortable with it. And we know we're not going to put ourselves in a compromised situation. Whereas my dad, who's the one that always taught us, you know, it's okay to be uptight, just don't, you know, act like you're being superior or you're all that. But at the same time, make sure, to watch your surroundings, don't overthink stuff, but don't be careless. That's what he taught us. And look at that. He was being careless and we nearly got kicked out. Luckily, we didn't. All was well. I got to ride the rides. Space Mountain was like the best. You know. We still got pictures from that day. And there we go from there. So, yeah, that's the story. My dad can be a knucklehead sometimes. And that nearly cost us a trip. Because we went on a bus, like an actual group bus thing. We didn't take the car. Shoot, we were probably going to have to take the bus and the train to get back home if that happened. So, that's the story.